Hi guys, today I want to share 7 steps for success with sugar cravings. As we head into the holiday season, I know many people fall off the wagon with their good healthy eating habits, and I really want to make sure that that doesn't happen to you. So I want to share 7 things that can really make a big difference and make sure that that doesn't happen to you. So number 1 on the list is increasing your protein and your healthy fat intake and lowering carbohydrate intake overall. That really helps to stabilize blood sugar, and it really can help significantly with cravings. And then if you do decide to indulge in something that you typically don't, just make sure that you're having protein and healthy fats prior to consuming something like that, because it really helps the impact that it has on your blood sugar and then therefore the cravings after that. Number 2 is gut microbiome testing. There is a huge connection to what's going on with your gut microbiome and sugar cravings. There's a lot of really interesting research and data to back that up. So for instance, there is an organism called Akkermansia that if it's not in the right levels, it really can cause a lot of blood sugar dysregulation in the microbiome in the gut. So there's some really cool testing that you can do with like for instance, the Gut Zoomer 3.0 from Vibrant Wellness gives us a really comprehensive picture of what's going on in the gut, if there's some inflammation, different things to address to really create a healthy environment so that your body is not having a lot of those cravings. And of course, there's a lot of other health benefits to looking at all of that data as well. But it really is interesting when you have a lot of dysbiosis or imbalance in the gut, how that really impacts cravings significantly. So there's some really great ways to look at that and get all of that in order for you so that you know exactly what things need to be tweaked. And that leads us to actually number 4 here, some of the supplementation that we can do to help with that as well. So number 3 is hormone testing. This is another thing. If you have, for instance, if you've got cortisol levels that are really out of whack, or different hormones that are really creating a lot of issues with insulin, for instance, then there can be some really unbelievable ramifications as far as sugar cravings go. And sometimes you can do some interesting things to tweak that as well. And we can give you some strategies to work with that. And then number 4, once again, smart supplementation really has to do with what we find out with gut microbiome testing and hormone testing, and knowing what's going on with you specifically and individually. It's really difficult a lot of times for me to make blanket, broad, general recommendations, because you can have sugar cravings with 5 different people for 5 entirely different reasons. So once we get some of that lab work done, we have a better idea of what's really going on with your biological processes and where that needs to be addressed. Number 5, intermittent fasting is a really inexpensive tool that helps with insulin and in turn blood sugar regulation, and it can help significantly with cravings as well. And I've done other videos before on some of these strategies with intermittent fasting, kind of starting with 12 to 13 hours of no caloric intake, nothing of caloric value during that period of time, and then really extending it as you can. Now, this is not necessarily a strategy for everyone. It can be dependent on what comes back with some of this other testing, in particular hormone testing, because if those things are off a little bit, there may be better strategies for you. But that's always a good, inexpensive thing to kind of try and test out a little bit as well. Number 6 is no snacking. So culturally, I know everybody is used to snacking or really eating several different meals a day. And that really can wreak havoc on blood sugar levels and in turn sugar cravings as well. So if you start with even just 3 times of eating during the day, or 3 meals where you're just eating 3 separate times, and then if you go to the intermittent fasting strategy, whittling that down to twice a day, that can be really helpful in and of itself. So just eating once a day or 3 times a day, then 2 times a day, and see how the body goes with that. Because it has all of these hormone optimization benefits to doing that, just to even cutting out the snacking, it really significantly decreases the sugar cravings as well. And then number 7 is drinking water and herbal teas. So these can have a really significant impact on sugar cravings as well. Sometimes the body really just needs a lot of water to facilitate nutrition delivery throughout the body and facilitate a lot of other processes that it really might just be hungry and not really need the sugar, for instance. So if you start with water and then herbal teas, one of my favorite combinations is licorice and peppermint. So that can have a really fantastic effect on what's going on with the adrenals and the gut, and can be really, really helpful to kind of curb some of those cravings a little bit as well. So I hope that was some helpful information for you. If it was, please like and share this video. Health and happiness. Have a super fantastic day. Thanks so much.